Hi everyone, welcome to the Management Explainer. This video is about what you really need to know about business models. Most people with even a remote interest in management have heard of the term business model. They probably understand that it has something to do with how a business plans to make a profit by selling products or services. The key word here is plans. Often the term is used to glorify some half-baked ideas that have almost no chance of success. This is precisely the kind of approach to business models that can often be seen in entrepreneurs' business plans. Back at home, in reality, business models do have an important role to play, especially when it comes to stating and testing assumptions about how a business works. So straighten your tie, get your flip chart ready, and let's talk about business models. First and foremost, a business model is a tool that senior managers use to reason about what is going on in businesses. Management scholar Peter Drucker is credited with defining this sort of thing as assumptions about what a company gets paid for, which is a useful start. Such assumptions and hypotheses can be, for example, about what the business will do and won't do, who the customers are, what technology will be used, and what the strengths and weaknesses of the business are. In this sense, having a clear and well-tested business model is like having a map that helps managers understand market conditions and how to keep up with them. Luckily, there's an extremely widely accepted method to capture the assumptions and hypotheses flowing into business models. This is the business model canvas. Even more fortunately, the business model canvas comes with its own definition of what a business model actually is. It's defined as follows. A business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. The business model canvas splits this up into 9 parts, including key partners and suppliers, key activities and processes, key resources and assets, the value proposition with which the business will solve customer problems and satisfy customer needs, the customer relationships, the channels through which the value proposition will be delivered, and the customer segment served by the business. All of this results in some ideas about the business's cost structure and its revenue streams. As you can see, we've already assembled quite an impressive amount of management speak right here on this slide. Managers really do love their jargon. Literally, the centerpiece of all of this is the value proposition. A value proposition can be defined as a statement reflecting the entirety of benefits associated with a product or service which a supplier promises a customer will obtain in return for a payment. This should make clear that, without a persuasive value proposition, either explicit or implicit, the business would probably collapse like a house of cards. A good value proposition will result in 3 different kinds of fit between the features the business offers and the characteristics of the customer. Problem-solution fit, which is created when a value proposition is potentially able to address a customer's needs and requirements. Product-market fit, which is created when the product or service actually addresses customer pains and gains. And business model fit, which occurs when the overall business model has shown profitability and can be grown sufficiently in size. So, let's take a quick moment to recap. Business models are an important part of the manager's toolkit that allows them to state and test their assumptions about what the business is doing or should be doing. In case you need to know more, I'm putting some references in the description. Now, let's carry on. In many modern management approaches, especially when it comes to starting new businesses, it's emphasized that the assumptions and hypotheses held about a business must be tested iteratively, mainly to ensure the different kinds of fit we've talked about a moment ago. This points to the idea that business models really should be understood as part of a wider process of learning for the business. If a mismatch between the assumptions in the business model and the available data is found, the business faces the option of carrying on with the assumptions, which is called persevering, or making some new assumptions and altering its course, which is called pivoting. These topics are important for other methodologies, such as customer development or the lean startup, which really deserve their own management explainer videos. An additional important distinction can be made between business modeling and strategy. Here, it's useful to realize that business models are descriptions about how a particular business runs, but strategy will deal with how a business can be run better than rivals, for example, by adopting a better business model. As a final point, we'll state the fact that having formulated a sensible and working business model, even having identified one at all, is, strictly speaking, not a necessary prerequisite for operating a profitable business. It's easily possible to come up with examples of managers and businesses who never properly understood their own business model or even bothered to come up with one in the first place. But while there's no guarantee that the assumptions and hypotheses captured in the business model are actually correct, looking into these questions properly should dramatically improve the chances of the business succeeding. So, better have a good business model. I hope you found this video on business models interesting. If you agree or disagree with any of this, or have any other opinions, please leave a comment. As always, thank you for watching.